Welcome to the channel. In this video, we will see how we can set up the order flow charts for Nifty and Bank Nifty in Quantower Trading Platform. Here, the settings that I'm going to show are the settings that I use. By any means, this is not the only way of setting up the charts. You guys can set up the charts the way you like. Here, when we finish setting up the charts, it will look something like this. We can see that important values are highlighted like imbalances, and then we can see the POC highlighted. We will also see the buying and selling imbalance zones, and that's it. Pretty simple chart. So let's see how we can set this up. Now here I'm gonna close this. We will create a new chart and we will start setting up. So the first thing that we do is we will open up a simple chart by clicking on this chart. By default, it will open up the Nifty 50 chart. So the first thing that we do is we will open up a Nifty futures or Bank Nifty futures chart. I will click on this symbol search and I will search for Bank Nifty -I, and I can see Bank Nifty futures continuous contract. I will open it up. And now here we have the simple candlestick chart. Now the first thing that we do is we will set up the number of days to load. Now the time period that I have selected 5 minutes, and for 5-minute chart I generally use 1 month's data. So I will load 1 month of data, and after that we will go to the top right corner of the chart. We will see an icon like this and it says show or hide volume analysis toolbar. We make sure that we check this, and once we check that, we can see that volume analysis toolbar is enabled in the bottom. And here we can see cluster. We will click on that and we will make sure that type imbalance is selected, and then we will enable this. Now once we enable the chart, we can see it will try to plot the chart. So here we will click on the gear icon. It will open up the settings window. We can see volume analysis settings. So now we can start setting up the chart. The first thing that we do is we will go to the general, and here we will specify the custom step or tick size. For 5-minute chart for Bank Nifty, I use the tick size of 100. So I will specify that. Once I click outside, I can see apply changes button here. I will click on that. The changes are applied now. And after that, we will go to the cluster. And now here, what we can do is we can start making the changes. For type, imbalance is selected, and then we will check aggregate profiles on chart price scaling. Visualization, we will select cluster. If cluster is not selected, make sure that you select cluster. And then for coloring mode, coloring by volume, we will select this. And after that, for value label, white is selected. And by the way, I'm using the dark theme in here. So the next thing is volume color. We will change the color. We will click on this color, and then the important thing here is we have to select the color which will match this background. So for me, for this particular theme that I'm using, this is the matching color. And after that, I will reduce the opacity for the color here by dragging this. So the opacity will be 0.01. Now we will click outside. Now we can see that the background colors are gone here. And then for the imbalance ratio, we will select 3. We will not change anything for the colors. We will use the same colors. And then short stacked imbalances, we will check this. And then stacked imbalance intersection, we will choose on bar close. Actually, I wanted to have another feature, another option called as complete candle cross, but currently that particular feature is not available in Quantower. So I will use on bar close. Zones count 3, minimum imbalance volume 0, and then skip 0 values. I will check this. And after that, highlight zeros, we will not check that. Highlight unfinished auctions, we will not check that. I use unfinished auctions only in 30-minute chart. So when we set up the 30-minute chart, we will enable this. But for 5-minute chart, I don't use that. And then we will check all these options for show cluster volume and all this thing. And then we go to show delta divergence, we will enable that. We will not change anything in here. And then show POC, we will go to cell style and we will choose a color. I will choose the black color in here. And for the cell style, I will use this particular color. You guys can see. If you want exact same color, then you guys can copy it by pausing the video. And then for border style, I will choose the same color, this color code. If you want, you guys can copy this. And after that, POC type, I will choose separate. For 5-minute chart, I use separate POC. For 30-minute chart, I use combined POC. So when we set up for the 30-minute chart, we will change this one to combined. And after that, we will choose draw grid. We will check this, and that's pretty much it. We have the cluster chart settings for Bank Nifty here. So here, now you guys can see the chart is set up. We can also see the imbalance zones depending on the type of imbalance. So now this is for Bank Nifty. What we do is we will go to the top left section of the chart. We will click on these 3 lines and then we will duplicate the panel. Once the panel is duplicated, I will drag to this previous chart and I will make a group. So here right now I have 2 Bank Nifty futures chart. For one chart, I will change the symbol. I will go to the second chart in here, and in the symbol search, I will search for Nifty minus I, and then I will choose Nifty continuous contract futures. So once I do that, the chart will be loaded with the same settings that we have applied for the Bank Nifty 5-minute chart. Now here, time span is 5 minutes, 1 month data is loaded. Now one setting that I would like to do for Nifty is we will change the tick size. To do that, I will go to the bottom section, click on the cluster, click on this gear icon or settings icon, and then in this window I will go to general tab, and then I will change the custom step or tick size. I will make it 40 for 5-minute chart, and then I will apply the changes. So now we have all the settings for Nifty futures. So now what we do is we will set up the 30-minute chart. In order to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this Bank Nifty 5-minute chart, and then I will click on these 3 dots and I will duplicate the panel. Again, the same order flow chart is opened with the Bank Nifty 5 minutes. I will group this along with the other charts. So now we will go to the Bank Nifty 5-minute chart and we will change the intervals in here. For time, I will choose 30 minutes, and for 30-minute chart, I would like to load around 3 months of data. So I will select 3 months and I will apply. Now the data will be loaded. So we have 30 minutes interval, 3 months of data in the chart. So now what we have to do is we have to make some small changes. We will go to the bottom section. We will click on this cluster. We will click on this gear icon. And here first we will go to the general section and we will change the tick size. So for Bank Nifty futures 30-minute chart, I generally use the tick size of 200. I will enter that and then I will click on apply changes. Now you guys can see those changes are applied here to the chart. And then we will go to the cluster and we will make some small modifications. So now what are the changes that we will make here? We will scroll down and then we will enable the unfinished auctions. We will check this checkbox which says highlight unfinished auctions. Now here for the color, for the text color, I will choose something like this, blue color. And if you want, you guys can copy the color code. And after that, for the background, I will decrease the opacity to 0 so that that background color is gone, just like that. And after that, we will scroll down and we will go to the POC section, and here we will have combined POC instead of the POC type separate. So I will choose combined in here, and that's it. We have the Bank Nifty chart for 30-minute. We have the Bank Nifty order flow chart for 30-minute interval. So I generally use the unfinished auction in 30-minute chart. I don't consider it in 5 minutes chart. Now the last thing that we have to do is we have to apply the same settings for Nifty. So what I'm going to do is I will go to the Bank Nifty 30-minute chart here. I will click on these 3 dots. Then I will duplicate the panel. Again, we will get a Bank Nifty 30 minutes order flow chart settings that we have made. I will again put it with other charts in the same group, and this time I will go to this symbol search and I will open up the Nifty futures. So Nifty minus I, and then I will open up the Nifty futures continuous contract. Now the chart is loaded here. The only setting that we have to do is we will click on this cluster, we will click on this gear icon, and we will change the tick size. So we will go to the general. For Nifty 30-minute chart, I generally use 100 tick size. Sometimes I use 60 tick size. So for right now, I will keep it at 60. Depending on some scenarios, I use 100. So that is pretty much it. Now we have the Nifty futures order flow chart. So what are the things that we can see in the settings that we have made for the order flow? For example, in this chart, we can see that buying imbalances are highlighted using the green color. Selling imbalances are highlighted using the red color. And then POC is highlighted. So just by looking at the chart, we can see how the POC has migrated. And then we have the unfinished auction in 30-minute chart. So we can see that just by looking at these numbers in different colors in the top or bottom of the candles. So that is pretty much it. This is how I set up the order flow chart for Nifty and Bank Nifty futures in Quantower Trading Platform. If you like the tutorial, hit the like button. If you don't like it, or if you have anything to say, then write that in the comment section. For more tutorials like this, subscribe to the channel.